You're listening to White Noise with your host, Drip, 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 Drip.
Shout out, buy more bottles.
Salute.
Welcome to White Noise. This is a short kind of PSA for White Noise. You've been joining us. Thank y'all. Whether it's on the Patreon or on the YouTube, every single week, we appreciate it. I want to do a few things. First, we have an announcement in terms of in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be doing a live White Noise on YouTube. We talked about this last Monday, but you were in a whiskey state, Cal.
Always happen.
In which people can ask me, Cal, some questions. It'll kind of be an interactive White Noise episode. Anything you wanted to ask Cal and I about movies, TV, music, wrestling, random stuff. Again, we did a whole episode about hats. So if you want to know, ask us about anything in a way. It's an Ask Me Anything episode of White Noise for Cal and I. It's a way of showing love to y'all. And also, again, I'm the champ. So whatever you want to ask the champ, go ahead and do it.
So we got to do that soon then, huh? Because you ain't going to be the champ.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it'll be within the next 2 weeks for sure. Because I'm also trying to get the episode I talked about the other day with our very special guest, that week's championship consigliere. That's an episode I think y'all will definitely enjoy, especially with Triple Mania just happening. It would make a whole lot of sense. But
it would make sense.
So what happened to get this title, Cal? What happened for me to get this title?
This ain't funny. You beat everybody at Extreme Rules.
But Finn Balor won a match.
Finn Balor.
After we did off the top rope like Finn Balor.
We did an episode about Finn Balor going his time in NXT. And then he went to Philly and him and his squad beat the shit out of
Edge. Say I quit, Edge. Say it.
He finally got it, but it took them almost cracking his wife, and they beat the shit out of his wife anyway. But
winning's winning, Cal. I said it on the show. So. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning, as Dom Toretto once said.
You got that. No, you're right.
But Finn Balor wins a match after we did off the top rope like Finn Balor, and then prior to that, we did the Orange Cassidy project, and I had said Orange Cassidy should be champ. Here's why. He's this great wrestler. He can be serious. He can be comedic. He's a wrestler for the children. He should be one of the AEW pillars, but he's not old, but he's not as young as the pillars are. And this was right after he had lost to Pac at Grand Slam. They announced him versus Pac again in Toronto.
Right.
And what happened? After we did that episode, 2 weeks later, he beats Pac, wins the All-Atlantic title, confetti's all around.
They did a good job, yeah.
He was there like this with Danhausen and Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta. Then afterwards, that was the dope part that didn't make TV, but Chris Statlander came out.
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard Chris Statlander.
Because she's recovering from her injury, and they definitely need her back in terms of AEW as a whole.
Right.
But what did I tell you after Orange Cassidy won? And I said we did it. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, what did I say? What was the gem that I responded? He said, I'm sitting here frustrated because I'm losing everything. He's so
Danielson
happy.
Lost earlier in the night, and I thought Danielson was winning that night. I'm like, I was thinking positive. Like, imagine if Danielson wins and Orange Cassidy wins. Cal and I will be like Rocky and Apollo on the beach. Like, yes!
Yeah, right. But
we did it. We'll get to that something Rocky related a little bit later.
But no, anytime I want anything in pro wrestling, it doesn't happen. I don't know if it's me.
I sent you the picture of Orange Cassidy with the belt. I said, we did it, Cal. You said, damn. I said, just like Finn Balor on Saturday. You said, yeah, white boys win. That's great. I did laugh my ass off. You said, gotta feel great getting what you want. And I said that's what we should call tomorrow's episode, which was last week's episode with the great Mike Sempervive, my championship consigliere, not what you and Bam and Matt and Mimi were but shout out to Pop Sempervive
Facts.
Past guest
Jesus.
on White Noise. Got to get him back here at some point.
White guys win, man. White
Yeah,
guys
just
always win.
the world's made for us, unfortunately, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Must
I like
be
it when
nice.
I win.
You winning. You got the title.
But I stay winning because Banks and I did this whole 2000s thing on BBD. We talked about 2000s movies and 2000 music. And I said my favorite album of the 2000s was Blink-182's Untitled, self-titled album.
Okay.
And then last week they announced that Tom DeLonge is
so
back
nice.
with the boys. Like
It
Travis
must be
Barker
so nice.
and Mark Hoppus and Tom Luck are getting back together. They put out a single called Edging. I like it. They announced
put out a
tour.
single called Edging.
Yeah.
What's it about? Edging?
No. In a way, it's about them being like grown adult guys, like still being teenagers.
Because edging is some other shit. I don't think you could talk about that on the radio.
No, of course not.
Not with the title Edging.
But they dropped that song. They announced a new album will be coming, that a tour will be coming, and that they're back together. And I'm like, this is great. And then today, Creed 3, 2 posters dropped. Michael B. Jordan on one, Jonathan Cain, the Conqueror Majors on the other, and it says you can't run
from your
past. And it's those two, again, just this dope visual. Michael B. Jordan is directing this film, as we've talked about previously, mainly when we did Movies, Film, Cinema, and we talked about Creed and Creed 2, both of which I enjoy, but Creed being either my favorite movie or one of my favorite movies of all time. So
are does Michael B. Jordan directing these films that doesn't scare you at all?
No, I think
you think he's good enough to do it?
I think he's capable in terms of like leaving the filmmaking to the people in charge. Not that I don't think he could be a capable filmmaker, but I think he's probably learned from being on sets with Brian Coogler a few tricks. So this poster again,
shitty. Why does that look so ass?
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck it. We're gonna try it again. Oh, it's a shitty little version of it. Anyway,
but the funny thing is that it's often like the thing I didn't realize that it was co-written by Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler's brother, Keenan Coogler.
I did see something about that. Yeah.
And I think you and I have alluded to, I had 2 theories. One, which you're like, they can't do that one just because it'd be like repetitive in terms of Jonathan Majors being like Mr. T's son, Clover Lank's son. Yeah, you're not going to run back to the well like he fights another rival's son.
I could see them doing it, but I would hate it.
But it just based off those initial set photos, like Jonathan Majors on the beach, the way his hair looked was not
it makes sense.
But it was shaped to mirror like a modern day version of that look.
Like even looking at him, like he looks like if you told me that was a Clubber Lang's son, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, and his character's name is Anderson Dame. What I'm thinking, and I said this to you, I think a few weeks ago when they announced like they were filming the scene. I'm like, what if he's like another bastard child of Apollo Creed?
Right. That could happen. That could happen.
I think it will, or if it's like his brother from before juvie, because remember, like his mom died. That's why he was in the juvie detention center. So like maybe he got adopted by a family, or was like or was left because he wasn't a son of Apollo Creed. So I think that's what it could be playing into, like this brother versus brother. I just rivalry.
I just hope Michael B. Jordan isn't like biting off more than he can chew. I know he's very compassionate, but you don't want to flop on the first directorial debut on a franchise that you've succeeded with. Like, because if it doesn't do well, they're looking at him. They're looking at nobody else.
I mean, it's very rare nowadays compared to before in terms of, Black leading men directing their own films. And I know like Mario Van Peebles would do it in the 90s. Denzel Washington has done it a few times, but it doesn't. I mean, Tyler Perry, as well, but it doesn't. It very seldom happens in terms of like the people starring in the movies that are Black men are also directing them.
No, right. I think
Ben Affleck has done it. Bradley Cooper's done it and is doing it. It's happened a few times. Even guys have done it like once and like dipped out. Like Ryan Gosling directed a movie. But that's our Gosling update of the week. Is that he directed a movie in 2013 that I haven't seen called Lost River or something. Like that.
You haven't. So I guess when you see it, you'll come back with the.
I had it on my DVR, my
9-year-old movie,
and just like never got to it. Yeah.
the 9-year-old movie review. No, I think the flip side is because the one thing you're not mentioning is that a lot of these people directing these films that they're making because they don't have a choice. Like the movie may not get made, and I think I don't want to say Creed 2 was or Creed 3 was suffering that fate specifically, but it was really quiet about that film until Michael B. Jordan kind of put it on his back and said, "Oh, we're making by hook or by crook. If I got to direct this thing, we're making this film." So it's I like his compassion for the franchise in general. I don't know if he's a little Sly Stallone, but it feels like he's got that kind of hunger.
Yeah, I think it's that too. Where more often than not, like again, someone like Ben Affleck and I think Bradley Cooper, the guys who direct the movies themselves, I think know how to make themselves look good. I think they're able to know like what their strengths are as an actor, and that more often than not, they like try to make themselves look good, like literally like look good.
And they hide all the other stuff.
Yeah, I think Michael Jordan like will paint himself well because people have picked on him for his style of acting, whether he's a good actor or not a good actor, and especially the Killmonger performance, which we'll get into when we do our Black Panther watch along in say a few weeks. And that's a great performance he delivers there.
We are going to do we're going to do a whole Black Panther watch along.
Yeah, who we invite? Is that for White Noise? I said you said it should be, but I said I don't like I don't want to get in trouble for that.
It should be on White Noise, but it may, if we're getting someone on, it may depend on who it is. We'll see.
I think like Fan would be down. I hope Sham would have the time, but he's a busy man.
Yeah, it's the thing. It's a time.
I would love to have Matt, but again, Matt's like, how long? Fuck out of here.
That's 2 hours that you're like.
Matt's like the whole movie, like, and here's another reason. So White Noise, a Creed, March 23rd, a month after my birthday. Can't wait. Just like a week or two before our trip to LA, Cal, before we go to Mania, we'll be seeing Creed 3, probably talking about it on here.
Fuck.
And then
we're gonna pod on the plane.
Would you want to? So we're here on our
so we're on this flight right now.
Are we gonna use the podcast recording equipment that they use in Halloween when that Tascam
fucking recorder? Yeah, I actually have a tiny Zoom HI recorder. It's like fucking yay high. It actually does. I record the audio on me and my wife's podcast with that. It's actually pretty good.
Okay. When am I coming on that?
Never. It's never happened. We record live. We've done one recording where we were all on Zoom, and it was awkward because my wife was upstairs and I was downstairs, and the other person, we were really at 3 different places, but we were definitely in the same house.
What? You just are like,
yeah. Hey, what'd you say? Turn your mic up.
I remember when we were doing, I think it was one of the episodes around movies. I said like you should have her come on the show at Bankstein. You said, I'm not going to let my wife talk to you two jokers. Like,
nah, at all.
Because you said she likes action movies.
Yeah, but now
about White Noise, because I was criticized this past week by Wise Man number 3, the man who gave us the name White Noise. Matthew Damon, because I chose to talk about the 49ers. He says, see, you can't be talking about the 49ers because that's going to drive the people away. They don't want that. I'm like, how do you know what the people want? I'm what the people want in the way, like, it's it
did get some likes. It got some likes.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, to me, White Noise is, again, it's for people who like me on the show and would like to know more. It's the interest of that you might not know that I'd be into, again, these movies, this football team, this wrestler, and all that. Again, like we have playing come up. It's all these ideas I've had, Troy. So it's me like opening, like not myself to you, but that in a way. Again, like these, topics and interests and hobbies and blah blah blah, all that. It's getting Drip's White Noise. So that's what I wanted to do this PSA about. And again, announce that we will be going live. So stay tuned to the BRP Twitter account at Black Wrestling. Come up with some questions or just interact with us. Like I said, I mean, ask Cal stuff too. It's not just about me because this show can't go on without Cal. So whatever you want to ask Cal, go ahead.
Yeah, don't ask me nothing crazy. But no, I think
you're gonna do the Tony Khan, like not give any answers.
I got no answer. No, I have no answers for any of that. No,
for any hard hitting questions.
That's not my stilo at all. But that's TK.
But I just wanted to say again, thanks to y'all. This is I don't know if we should count this as episode 17 or just like again a White Noise PSA, but
It could be like a little baby. Yeah, we can call it White Noise Baby PSA or something like that. It's we're under 20 minutes. I think that's
Yeah.
doable.
So again, stay subscribed on the Patreon, whether you're paying the 1, paying the 10. It's got new perks like this in the past. Who knows what you'll get in the future. Stay tuned to Black Wrestling, Big Cartel. Never know what could be dropping there. You see that logo in the corner. You see that logo on that hat. If you see what Cloudy Man Matt Damon's been rocking on Twitter lately, something might be happening. That was my best like Roddy Piper. Like, I don't know if that.
I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. No.
But again, like we'll be going strong. I got some few episodes. Again, this one with a very special guest as an idea. I got some other ideas in the bank for White Noise and all that. So appreciate all the support, all the love and all that. Just want to pay y'all back with a Q&A session. Again, just interact because you never get to be lively in the chat here like the chat is on BRP Black Wrestling Proper, as we are starting to call it now.
Black Wrestling Proper.
Where we have don't do any super chats in the White Noise because that many will have to go directly to me and I'll be fighting.
We'll turn the super chats off for those. I just keep them on, but I think we've only gotten super chats during the actual live pod recording. So
yeah.
Anyway,
does it count? Like, could someone do it during Where's Buffy and they'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like they'd be confused.
If somebody wanted the super chat, it'd be weird. I don't know because I think the super chats they're like instantaneous. Like you're not. I think you pay it and it's live right there. You'd have to really be into the Buffy conversation to do that. I would. Shouts out to you if you do. I've still not figured all that stuff out yet. Just trying to get the podcast and shit on the ground.
Yes. Again, check out all the content we have to offer. Like I say, there's just a ton. About 4 to 5 shows along with Black Wrestling Proper.
Crazy.
Whether they're on the YouTube, on Patreon, cutting clips on Twitter, Instagram. World domination. You said it 2 years ago about Brandon and expanding, but now it's just taking
happening.
over the world.
It's just happening.
So follow us on Twitter at Black Wrestling, at Davis aka Drip, at Cal. We'll be posting when we'll be going live. When we'll figure out the day to go live, we'll announce it a day or two prior. That way you can get ready, get prepped. Hopefully it's not a Monday night or obviously a Thursday night, but a night where we don't want to interfere with other Wednesday night as well. We don't want to interfere with the good people at Public Enemies Podcast and all Elite with Keeks. Tuesday, and again, can't do Friday, so it's either a Tuesday or a Tuesday or a Saturday or a Sunday when we're doing it.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. But I think it could be a lot of fun. Anyway, shouts out. I haven't worn this shirt before. Shouts out to the A show. It's really comfortable.
Shouts out to Meals and J5. Again, I have to ask J5 at some point. Again, we've talked a whole bunch about Halloween on Black Wrestling Podcast Club. He's a person who, again, big film lover as well. Just would have to figure out something film related to talk about with him. Maybe that's something in 2023. See what's on the horizon with what comes out then.
I honestly, I think there's a lot of opportunity if we go further into
Meals as well. I got to figure out. Again, I always say this. I try to bring out guests and tailor the episodes to their
right. No, 100%.
That it all makes sense. I don't just have anyone be having anyone on. Like, I can't talk before you know of anyone but Black Johnstead or hopefully Andreas Hell at some point, which I think would be an interesting contest.
If he blesses the squad.
All right, yes, sure. He's already had before, but again, I'm your champ, predictions champ now, then forever. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.